world abundance through business re-education. Since 1993, ActionCOACH business coaches have lived that vision by helping business owners across the planet build great companies, create more jobs, and truly grow their communities. Real people getting real results. We've always believed that being in business should give you more life, and right now we believe in something even greater. The abundance of those amazing business owners, the abundance of the employees in those companies, the abundance of providing free education to every business owner and every local or national business group globally, the abundance of being there for you and every business that needs us right now.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Satyam Garg, and on behalf of ActionCOACH, I welcome you all to the session. I'm sure you'll find the next 1 hour insightful and informative. What we are going to do today is that one of our esteemed coaches will take you through a journey of how you build good businesses and get massive results out of it. Just to give you a context of what ActionCOACH is all about, we are the world's #1 business coaching company that is headquartered at the United States. And we currently operate in about 82 plus countries, globally a team of about 1,400 plus coaches, coaching about 30,000 businesses every week. What we are going to do today is an ActionCOACH Classic, where we share with you how to build up a business in 6 steps. Our presenter for today is Coach Amit Mittal. He started from a family business, spent years wearing various hats from sales to sourcing and process improvement. As he has transitioned to large organizations, he increased business value through defined business strategies. He recently got certified with ActionCOACH and has joined our team now. His accomplishment includes, he has helped various organizations attain double and triple digits growth in profitability, accomplished through improvement in sales, marketing, operations, teams, training, systems development, and strategic planning. With this, I now invite Amit to take over and lead the session now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Satyam, for your kind words. I welcome everybody to the webinar, which is 6 steps of massive business results. So 6 steps has actually been distilled and refined over last 27 years in many businesses, not only in developed countries, but also in developing countries. I would request you to participate fully into the session. It will be an interactive session. You can use pen and paper to write the key points. And also, I would suggest that you key in your responses in the chat box. All right, so let's move on. So my purpose of today's coach is basically to invest your time in the simplest and the fastest way to increase sales and profit, to free up your time, and to create amazing teams. So I seek your permission to be your coach for next one hour. Okay. Request you to just confirm in a chat box that I can proceed with it.
You have the permission. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. How many of you are business owners over here? You can mention in the chat box, please. I would suggest if you are able to interact, that will be good. I think I'm looking for more responses. All right. How many of you work for someone else? So let me tell you about ActionCOACH. ActionCOACH is world's #1 coaching company. So we have more than 1,000 coaches, coaching offices in 82 countries worldwide. ActionCOACH is privately owned, founded by Brad Sugar. Our vision is world abundance through business re-education. So basically, when we talk about world abundance, we say that there is no scarcity in the world. And when we talk about business re-education, we say that a business has to learn the ways to eliminate the scarcity and move toward the abundance. We coach more than 18,000 businesses every week in 82 countries. A little bit about myself. I have 25 years of experience in growing business, delivering consistent results. I've served family business before moving in and being successful in the business world. As a business accelerator with the critical business knowledge, an MBA from New York University, London School of Economics, and HEC Paris, I have worked on leadership positions in large corporates like Welspun, Indocount, Himasinka, and decent sized family businesses, delivered value to global brands and grown businesses not only in India, but in many countries. I am your business coach, mentor, trainer, advisor, here to serve you and help you to grow. I'm on a mission to create wealth for 20,000 businesses and impact 100,000 lives in next 20 years. To get most out of the webinar, I would request you to leave the I know thing and then embrace the isn't that interesting. It is, see, when we leave the I know and then we start open our mind to understand that it isn't that interesting, we actually try to get the new knowledge that we have. So I would request you to all be open to the information. I'm sure that you guys are successful business leaders and you've been successful in your businesses, but there will be definitely a new information that I will be sharing, which you will be able to implement into your business to get the massive results in your business. Okay. I would request you to just call out the colors instead of the words which are given below, like yellow, green, red, black, like that. When you do that, your mind keeps going back to saying the word rather than the color. Is it that happening? Let me explain to you why is it happening with you. It's basically our mind, our brain is made up of left and right brain. And the left side of the brain talks about words, math, logic, processes, and details. And the right side of the brain is more of a creative feeling and big pictures. So when we actually try and mix together, it leads to confusion. And this is the confusion which actually is can be removed by learning the ways how you can overcome such confusion. And when you learn in your business, then you are able to avoid that confusion in your business as well. All right. Okay, let's move on. This is basically a point of power. So most of the people, what we have seen is living below the point of power, and they try and avoid the situation by putting a blame on somebody or giving excuses or even saying that I don't know about it. Like, for example, I can give you an example that in a meeting when you're having with your sales team, you ask the sales team that the targets have not been met for this month, and they come up with the excuse that they were on the target, but somehow the delivery didn't happen. And when you talk to the warehouse delivery guy, he says that they did not get the production on time. And when you talk to the production guy, he says that raw material was not there. So at the end of the day, it's going in round and round in circles, and everybody is talking about and passing the buck from one person to the other person. And that is where we say that it is below the point of power. But when you take the ownership, accountability, and responsibility of what you are doing in the business, you actually become powerful and you leave the powerless behind. And that is where the success in your business starts coming in. That is where your team actually sees you, and they also start adapting the same thing. And they also start taking the ownership, accountability, and responsibility in the business. May I ask you, how many of you are actually facing such problem in your business? If you can just put yes or no in the chat box, it'll help. Yes, it's basically a common problem, and most of us face this problem day in, day out in our business. And it is important that we remain in a powerful situation and take ownership, accountability, and responsibility of what we are doing. All right, let's move on. I would request to participate fully into this. Why did I requested you? Because if you give 100%, you actually get 100% out of it. If you participate fully, be it in learning or in the webinar today or in the business, if you participate fully in the business and you actually get success in that, you get 100% out of it. So that is why we tell you that give 100% and you'll get 100% out of it. Okay. One basic question, is your business driving you or you are driving the business? When we say that, are you working in the business or are you working on the business? Okay, if you are working in the business, you are doing the job. May I ask you, how many of you are actually working in the business and doing the job related to the things which are not strategic, which are not related to the growth of business, but still you are doing because you are disposing of fires everywhere in the business? How many of you actually face this problem? All right. When you are doing a job, what is happening is you are actually trying to dispose fire everywhere in your business, and you are doing everybody's job, and all the decisions are taken by you. When you actually doing everybody's job in your business, what is happening to you? You are, at the end of the day, you are getting burnt out. And when you are burning out, it's actually it's basically putting a problem for your business, and it's may lead for the business to get paid. All right, let's move on. Action Coach definition of successful business. When we talk about successful business, it is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you, right? And you must be thinking, how can my business run without me? Because I love my business, and I think if I'm not present in the business, how will it work without me? Yes, this is what Action Coach is all about. We actually help you to to ensure that your business is running commercially profitable enterprise, and that works without you. How do we do that? Let me take you around that. If you say, for example, if I ask you that, if I ask you to go for a vacation for 3 months without your mobile and a laptop, and come back after 3 months and see your business making money for you, how many of you can do that? Wow, it's a mixed thing. If you are able to take a leave or a vacation for 3 months and come back in your business and business is making money for you, it's fantastic. But many of us are not able to do that because we are really worried about our business, whether the business will work fine. The moment you will step out of the business, you will have the phone calls, calling people, asking you a lot of details and other things. So that is what we say. And how do we make it happen? Basically, the 4 steps are a part of our definition. The 4 steps is basically comprises of commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. Okay, let me take you through those steps. The first step is basically the mastery. Mastery talks about eliminating chaos and getting the control into your business. So it's all about getting the stability in the business and moving towards the niche. Niche is all about marketing and sales and getting the predictable cash flow in your business. When you get the predictable cash flow, you have the cash to actually put systems and processes in place and be efficient in your business. And when you do that, you actually systems run the business, and you just monitor the business. Next one is the team. When you have the systems in place, you actually take the people on board, and then you try to delegate the work to the team so that the job what you're doing in the business is actually you can focus on the right areas which are related to the growth and multiplying your business. Does it make sense? All right. uh, when you create a team, it's actually a structure. You're creating a structure for growth. And when you're creating a structure for growth, and all these four steps are actually leading to synergy. Synergy is basically a stage where actually you are duplicating your businesses in multiple locations. You're duplicating maybe a shop, maybe a manufacturing unit, or maybe a business that your office that you're opening in different places. So this is the time when you actually have a synergy in the business, because you have the team in place, they are looking after the business. And once you do that, the multiple location business, it's actually getting you the passive income, because you are not working in the business. It's basically you are just monitoring the business, and business is giving the results to you. Does it make sense? And once you are able to achieve that, you're reaching the massive stage of massive results. All right. We will discuss about all these stages in detail. But let's move on to the mastery. Mastery is basically all about commercial enterprise. Mastery is basically a mastery comprises of 4 stages, and the first stage is area of mastery is destination mastery. Destination mastery is all about money. It's all about where you want to go, where you want to be in next 10 years, where you want to be in next 5 years. What is your vision? What is your mission? And what is the goal that you want to achieve? Your personal goal as well as your business goals. How do you achieve that? May I ask you, how many of you actually have that business goals, written down business goals in your business? It's basically 50-50, I would say. So when you have written down goals in your business, and you are actually monitoring those goals on monthly basis, this is where we actually create the destination mastery for you. The next one is the money mastery, is basically comparing your goals on and having the right budget for the goal, and then comparing the budget with the actual on monthly basis. And also, if you are also, what you're doing is basically you are looking at your P&L and balance sheet on monthly basis, and you are also looking at your cash flow on weekly basis. Once you do that, you are actually able to understand what is your break even for the business for a month, for a week, for a day, and what time of the day you are actually having a break even profit in your business for the day. That is what we call a money mastery. How many of you are actually doing all that in your business? Thank you. Thank you. So people are doing it. A lot of people are not doing it. Basically, it is the important part of the mastery, that you need to have control over your money. And next one is the time mastery. Time mastery is all about, when I talk to the business owners, and when I ask them, they always say that they are busy. When I ask them why they are busy, they are actually busy in the business. So they are actually doing a business of busyness. Am I right? So how do we actually get the time in a business so that they can focus on the right areas? What is happening is, as a business owner, you look after each and every area of the business, and that is why you're not able to get the right time, what you need for the business to grow. When you don't get the time for the business to grow, you actually end up having a problem in the business. It's important for you to have the right time in the business. How many of you are able to actually spend good time in growing the business, and able to if you're writing a diary or other things in your business? How many of you are doing that? Mostly you guys are doing it, but tell me, how many of you are actually writing a diary, but at the end of the day, you are able to complete the point which you have mentioned in the diary, 100% of it? Are you able to spend time as per the diary what you have written? Basically, when we say time mastery, it's related to self mastery, it's a planning mastery, and it's also a delegation mastery. How you delegate your work. The 80% of your time, if you are able to delegate to your subordinates, you actually overcome the time management issue, and then you get the time to actually do then you are able to actually spend time on the business rather than in the business. The next one is the delivery mastery. Delivery is basically getting the right product or service to the right customer in right quality and in the right time. That is all about delivery mastery. Delivery mastery is basically talking about the consistency in the business, again, repeatedly, that you are able to. I give you an example of McDonald's. Even though McDonald's doesn't make the best of the burger in the world, but they are known for their consistency. Whether you are in USA or in Russia or in India, the burger in all the places tastes the same. It is the consistency that they have mastered, which is by which they are able to create the value for themselves. That is what the delivery mastery is all about. All right, let's move on. Niche is basically a profitable enterprise. When we talk about niche, we talk about there's no price competition. And when we talk about there's no price competition, and we mean it, because a lot of you will say that we have stiff price competition in the market and we are not able to deliver the right, we are not able to overcome that. And every time customer is asking for the lower price. I understand that, but what is happening is, are you selling the product to the right customer? What is your target market? What kind of strategies that you have in place that is leading to the right customers? Do you have a segregation of your customer base? So there is 4 types of segregation that you have: A, B, C, D of customers. A is the awesome customers. B are the basic customer. C are the can't deal with. And D are the customers who are dead. So basically, when we talk about awesome customers, these are the customers who actually keep buying from you. They don't negotiate much, and they make the payment on time. And every business have some of the customers who are like that. It's important for the business to have most of the customers like that, but it doesn't happen that way. The next segregation is the basic types of customers. Basic are also buying it from you once or twice in a year. They make the payment on time or maybe a few days up and down, and they also don't negotiate much about it. But the people C and D are the people who are giving you the most trouble. So 20% of your customers must be getting around 80% of your business, whereas 80% of the customers, 20% of your sales, sorry about that, and 80% of your sales is happening through rest of the client base. When you're having that, then it is creating a problem for you. It's basically, you need to have a right segregation, and you need to ensure that you have the right customer base, right customer base, and your 20% of your customers are giving you 80% of the sales, and your troublesome customers are being dealt separately so that you can replace them over a period of time with the A, B, and C category customers. Does it make sense? A part of that, when we say there is no price competition, we also mean we are talking about the unique selling proposition in the business, the USP of the business. Each and every business, to be successful, needs to have a unique selling proposition. What is making you unique from your customers? What is from your competitors, which is leading to the sales? And when you're talking about the unique selling proposition and the guarantee in the business, it's actually you are able to get the right value from your product or services that you're giving. It is important for you to have the unique selling proposition in the business. And say, for example, I give you an example for that. A Domino's has a unique selling proposition and a guarantee with that. So what unique selling proposition they have is a 30-minute delivery. And if they are not able to deliver the pizza in 30 minutes at your doorstep, then they give you the pizza for free. that is what the Domino's had done, and they have created that kind of a niche in the market, a unique USP for themselves, and also giving the guarantee. It must be costing them something, but actually they have the winning clients all over the world for that. Does it make sense? All right, let's move on. So when we, the next one is the testing and measuring. When we talk about testing and measuring, say how many of you have, how many strategies that you have in your business that for marketing or getting the leads into your business? Can you just mention that in the chat box, please? So basically, most of the people, thank you very much for your reply. Most of the people basically doesn't have the strategy, marketing, multiple marketing strategies. It's important for you when you have a multiple marketing strategy, and say for example, you have a newsprint, you have a digital, and you have a referrals. You are actually testing and measuring that. You are able to see what is your marketing budget and how you are allocating to each marketing strategy. And when you are allocating that money to or funds to each marketing strategy, what kind of a returns that you get from each and every marketing strategy, that is the most important thing. And when you do the testing and measuring, you are able to actually move the fund from the non-performing area of marketing to the performing area of the marketing. That is why we say it is important for you to test and measure each and every marketing strategy for that. All right. So here we talk about 5 ways of growing business, and how do you do that? Most of the business owners actually look at the numbers, customer, revenue, and profit. Am I right? Can you just put it in the, like, I think most of you know customer, revenue, and profit. Say if you, yes. So you know your customer base, you know your revenues, and you know your profit. But actually what is happening is this is just the result. This is the result and the outcome of the different things we are going to talk about over here. Like your customer revenue, as you can see, the customer revenue and the profit is basically is a byproduct of number of leads, conversion rate, number of transactions, average rupee sale, and profit margin. So if I may ask you, how many lead generation strategies that you have in place in your business? If you can say maybe 2 or 3, how many strategies that you have in to grow your business or get the new customers on board? What kind of a strategies that you have for the lead generation? So it can be newsprint, it can be digital, and the lead generation strategies are basically related to the number of places that you are able to market your product, and which is leading to getting you the suspect or prospect for your business. And when you convert that suspect or prospect to a business into a sales, that is what we call a conversion rate. So conversion rate is all about, like, if you have 100 suspects and you are able to convert maybe around 25% of that, that is the conversion rate. And then number of transaction is all about number of transactions is all about how many transactions that each customer is doing on every year with you. So are you measuring that in your business? Do you have some kind of a measurement that you do, or you analyze that how many transactions each of your customer has done in a year, and what is your average transaction in your business? Are you doing that? Do you have a measure of that? Can you just say yes or no? Thank you. So basically, number of transaction is important for the business, and you need to know how many transactions each customer is doing and how many transactions on an average your business has. Now, average rupee sale is basically average rupee sale is basically about, like, say for example, if you go to McDonald's and you want to buy a burger, and the salesperson on the other end says, "Sir, would you like to have a meal or a combo offer?" And you ask, and then they ask you, would you like to have a small, medium, large size of a soft drink? And when they do that, actually what is happening is, if you've gone to buy a burger which is costing around 60 rupees, you end up paying 110 rupees or 100 rupees for a meal. That is what is happening. The salesperson on the other end has been trained with the proper script and what to ask to the customer, so that they can increase the sales from what you are planning to buy to what they are actually letting you to buy. So it is important for you to have the proper script in your business, and also the list of offering that you can offer to the customer, rather than what just customer wants. Is basically, if you offer them multiple things and you can bundle them together, it is most likely that they may buy that as well. And if you do that, it will help you to increase your average dollar sale, right? And average dollar sale is all about that. And then once you multiply customer with transaction, number of transaction, and average rupee sale, you actually get the revenue. And when you put the profit margin onto that, you get the profit out of it. So let's put the numbers over here. Say, for example, if your number of leads is 4,000 and your conversion rate is 25%, your number of customers is 1,000, your number of transaction is 2, and average rupee sale is 100, your revenue is 2 lakh rupees, and your profit margin is 25%, and your profit is 50,000 rupees. I think this is just basic numbers. Now, let me explain to you what happens when we work with you over a period of time, and we tell you that we have 370 different strategies that we put in these 5 areas to generate more leads, to get you more conversion, to get more transactions, average rupee sale, and profit. Is it fair to say that you will be able to increase each of the area by 10%? Say, let me take it through. Say, for example, for number of leads, if you are able to increase your number of leads by doing from 87 different types of lead generation strategies that we have, and we ask you to choose best 5 in your business, and if you're able to choose the best 5 in your business, and we help you to implement those strategies into your business, and once you are implementing those strategies into the business, is it fair to say that you will be able to increase your profit margin by 10%? The number of leads by 10%? Yes or no? Okay, thank you. Basically, when we do that, your actually number of leads increases by 4,400. Similarly, we have 74 different types of strategies that can be implemented in your business, and we help you to choose the right strategies for your business and then implement that into your business. And when you do that, on a lower side, is it fair to say that you'll be able to increase your conversion rate by another 10%? And these are strategies, different strategies that are available in the, we'll be sharing with you, like how many, like 27.5, and the customer base actually goes up to 1,210, right? Now we come to number of transactions. The number of transactions, how do you increase number of transactions in the business? How do you ask your customer to come back again and buy from you? What kind of offers that you are giving to the customer to buy again from you? What kind of a loyalty program that you're running with them so that they can come back and buy from you? How many of you are actually doing that in your business? Can you say just yes or no? Mostly what happens, we keep focusing on the new customer, wherein our existing customer we don't focus on. And what happens, we can actually, once we focus on the existing customer, there are more chances to convert that customer to rebuy from you. And that is important, that you increase your offering to them and keep the touch and have a touch base with them again and again, like every 90 days, you are writing a letter to them, asking about that you are running a sale or running some kind of a offer in the business, and they should take advantage of that, something of that sort. Once you do that, and we have different 50 different types of strategies of doing that. And if you are able to select best 5 out of it and implement it for next 6 to 8 months, you will get easily around 10%. Is it fair to say that? So our number of transactions from 2 has gone to 2.2. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Now, when we talk about average rupee sale, it's basically, we have another around 50 odd strategies in increasing the average rupee sale. The example of McDonald's burger, like you bundle the offer, you give, say for example, a real estate company, if they are able to bundle an offer, if somebody is looking for a house and you are bundling it along with that stamp duty service, registration paper, a kind of a some kind of a fixing of the house and different things, getting their belongings to the new location, and it can be anything. So what we think is, we only think what we are doing with them actually, but there is a support kind of a thing that we can actually add to our business and offer them along with that. Once you do that, actually you are increasing your rupees sale value. And when we discuss about it, and we actually give you the different almost around 50 odd strategies, and you chose around 5 or 7 of those strategies to implement that into your business, is it fair to say that you will increase your average rupee sale by 110 by 10% and moving the number to 110? Yes or no? Yes. That is, see, it's a very, very important thing. So just by looking at working on the 4 areas with almost like 250 strategies, we are able to get the revenue, not the 10% increase, but actually 46% increase in the revenue. And this 46% is basically a multiplier effect. And this is just a 10%. And if you have some areas where you are gaining 5% and some areas you are able to gain around 20%, you can imagine what number it will go to. And when we talk about the profit margin, similarly, the profit margin if we have around 46 different types of strategies. We have strategies not only to control your cost, but also to increase the value of the product or services that you are giving to the customer. We spoke about the niche, and in the niche, when we work on a unique value proposition and the guarantee, you will definitely get a better price of your product. When you get the better price of your product, you will be able to easily increase 10% of your profit. Am I right in saying that? Yes or no? Thank you. And when you do that, you can imagine what the number will go to. You get 61% increase your profit. Yes, it is 61%, and this is the most powerful tool. And I can, our marketing and sales is mostly dependent on this. Most of the business owners are not focusing on the right thing. They are focusing on just the results. But if they focus on the right area of the business, and they are attending to it, and they are able to put the right strategies for each of the area, you will easily able to grow your business in multifold. And what we do actually, when we are budgeting for a year, we actually say our business will grow by 10%, and we think, okay, it'll go to 15% this time if we put little more effort. But when you put these kind of strategies, you will be able to grow your business in the multifold. And we help you to do that because we have the right strategies which have been time tested in many, many countries, not only in India, but many countries. And these are the best strategies that can be adapted for any kind of a business, be it a professional or be it a corporate or even an industrial setup. Let's move on. Leverage. Leverage is basically all about efficiency. It's a commercial, profitable enterprise that works. Am I right? So it's basically, this is the stage where the system works. And once you put the system in place, it's always the system works over here. All right. And when we talk about leverage, it's all about the system. And when we say system, it's basically saving yourself time, energy, and money. And when we talk about saving yourself time and energy and money, it's basically, it gives you the time to do other things. It's basically 80% of the job you are actually automating in your business, and 20% may remain as humanly controlled. But 80%, if you are able to do that, the standardization happen, the consistency happen, and your service level goes up dramatically in the business, right? All right. How many of you have the proper system in place in your business? That I would say around 80% of your business is system driven. How many of you have that? All right, most of you have it. Thank you very much. We have 9 steps of systemizing the business. Basically, what we talk about over here is vision. Vision is all about like where you want to be in next 10 years. And mission is all about how will you reach to that goal and to your destination. Culture is all about like what kind of a culture or what kind of attributes that your business has to get to the vision and the mission. And the culture should be like, if you have, say for example, 12 culture statement, and out of those 12 you should be dividing that 3 for your employees, 3 for your for the business, 3 for the customer, and 3 for the suppliers. So if you have the culture statement rightly stated, it becomes really easy for business to work, and it becomes like a benchmark for the business to perform. Next one is the SMART goal. SMART goal is all about specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. Right? It's important that you have set your goal and a vision, and how do you reach to that vision is basic, or your destination is through the goals. And your goals are divided by, you have a written goals, and these are measurable and specific goals. And these are further divided by 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, and even on monthly and weekly goals also. Once you do that, you will be successful in actually achieving those goals in much more better way. Then we move on to organization chart. Organization chart, how do you see your organization performing in next 10 years? How do you see your organization chart in next 10 years? How do you see your organization chart in next 3 years? Do you have an organization chart in place wherein, and then you start putting your name, which all functions that you are doing in the business, which you can actually delegate to somebody else. And when you delegate those functions or the jobs to somebody else in the business, you have the right people in place, you are able to get the time to do much better works, or it's basically on the important works. Next, we move on to the positional contract. Positional contract is all about a position in your business, and what kind of a responsibility that position has, and what is deliverable. So these two things, when you are able to state that properly in written document with for each and every person in the business, it is easy for them to work and perform and give results to you. Next one is the key performance indicators. Like key performance indicators are basically the action points that each of your department, the section, and the team players have to do it in your business. And these key performance indicators will lead you to the goals, right? And then we move on to how to systems. How to systems is all about chart, manuals, flow chart, written systems and processes, SOPs in your business. May I ask how many of you have written, documented SOPs and systems and processes in your business? Thank you. basically, I think some of us are halfway. Some of us have some of it, but not in full proper documented form. See, it is important for any business that you have a well documented system so that people can follow that system. You don't have to tell them again and again this is how they have to do it. You need to train them on those systems. They need to follow the system rightly, and that is what it needs to be done. Next, we move on to the management system. Management is, even though you have, most of you must be following in your day-to-day meetings within your organization about different goals and what kind of targets have been achieved. But are you asking the right questions to the team members? Are you, does your key performance indicators are being monitored well? Are your management meetings happening on time? How many times are you skipping those meetings? So these are the things that we actually put system in place, wherein we ensure that the management should be looking at the right things and doing the right things in the business. When all these 9 steps are put in place and in a proper framework, you will achieve a systematic approach, and your business will be around 80% of the business will be on a auto mode. Do you agree with that? Can I get yes or no from you? Thank you. Thank you very much. So basically, once the system is in place, that is the right time to have the right team members. It is basically the 4th step in our definition of successful business. It's a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. When we say without you, this is the stage we actually get the team in place. We delegate the jobs, what you are doing, to the team so that they start doing the right things in the business. And through the systems and processes that we have put in place prior to the stage, they are able to function well and deliver the results. Am I right in saying that? Do you agree on this? Thank you. How do we, so you can see the chart over here. We can see a business owner, team, customer, and the business. How many of you are actually looking after everything over here? Team, customer, and business. You are attending to everything. How many of you are doing that day in, day out in your business? Yes. It's basically, it's a normal, thank you very much. It's basically a normal thing for a business owner to feel insecure and think that I have to look after my team, I need to look after my customer, and also I have to look after my business so that it can grow. But actually what happens, it is important for a business owner to focus on the team, to get the right team member in place so that the team is empowered enough to look after the customer. And when they look after the customer becomes happy, and the customer gives the repeat orders and keep coming to you. They become a loyal customers to you. When they become loyal customers to you, they give repeat orders and you get the business. And the business will automatically take care of the owner. Does it make sense? So it is important that you focus on the team and motivate your team to deliver and keep the customer happy. Automatically, all the things will fall in place. I'm not saying that other areas should not be looked at, but the main focus should be on the team. But whereas what happens, we feel insecure with the team. We feel that team member will leave us and go. That is how we keep the main decisions in our hand, and we end up doing the team's work at the end of the day. Does it happen with you? Am I right in saying that? Yes or no? Thank you. Yes. So basically it happens with most of us. We need to focus more on team than on customer and business, and team should be empowered enough to take care of customer and business. Moving it, what is the key of winning team? Any idea on what what comprises of the winning team? Any one word or two word, if you can just write about it, what do you mean by a winning team? What are the key things that the winning team should have? Synergy, driven, common goal. Very good, Hariji. Right person at right place. Back each other. All right, let me explain to you. The winning team, there are six different points of winning team, keys of winning team. The strong leadership. So you as a leader in your business, you need to set example for them. You need to ensure that the team actually you need to set examples in the business so that they start following you and follow the right thing. It should not happen you as a leader are not taking the team along, and so it's important you need to have a strong leadership. Second one is the common goal. Common goal is all about, like, each and every department may have different goals, but it is important that as a business, you have 5 or 7 common goals. And your focus should be only on those goals, and your team and all the departments should focus on achieving those goals. They can have sub goals, definitely, but the end result should be the common goal. The rules of the game is all about, like, what are the policies or the framework that the business has to run on. What kind of your team has to work on. It is important. Say, for example, it's a football field, and within a football field, there are rules and regulations which are there. Similarly, in a business, it is important that you have policies, right policies in place, and people know those policies well so that they can work within those policies. Next one is action plan. Is basically what kind of an action plan is there of the team member so that they can actually achieve the goal. So action is all related to the KPIs and other things so that they can reach to the common goal. And support risk taking. A lot of times it happens, even though the team member wants to take a risk, but we actually try to tell them that not to take a risk. It's important that we support the team to take risk. It is important for us to ensure that we promote risk taking, but they need to calculate those risks, and they need to take a conscious decision when they are taking a risk. Once we do that, automatically your team is getting empowered, and the decisions are not coming to your table every time. So they will learn from their mistakes, and they will overcome that sooner or later. Does it make sense? How many of you are actually supporting your team, taking the risk and the right decisions? Thank you. Always, thank you. And the last one is 100% involvement. I think 100% involvement is basically you need to involve your team 100%. They should give 100% to the business. But what happens? People are not motivated enough to give 100% to the business. So you need to have the right policies, right information. They come to know what is happening in the business, what kind of challenges that the business is facing, and they should be also included in the decision making in certain challenges that has been taken. They should be empowered over there. So it's basically all about 100% involvement over there. All right, let's move on. So when we talk about, if you need to go so business is all about a journey towards the destination and your goals. And when you have to achieve a goal, you need to have the right people on the bus so that your bus is able to reach the destination in the shortest possible time. Is that right? And it is the most important thing that the alignment of the team is such that all of them are supporting each other to achieve the common goal. Does this make sense? All right. Yes, it happens. Thank you very much. It happens. And if you have, and normally it happens in any business, when you have a team players, and you have some team players who have an attitude problem, and those team players may not be maybe the best performers, but if you don't have the right attitude, they might sabotage other team members. So it is important that you need to have the people with the right mindset, right attitude in the business, so that the team is aligned and everybody is contributing to the growth of the business. All right, let's move on. Synergy is all about duplication. So when we have the 4 steps in place, and when the mastery, the niche, the leverage, and the team is basically a solid chases of the business. And when you have a solid chases of the business, that is the right time that you start duplicating it. You start duplicating that business into various locations. You start duplicating that your outlets in different locations, because you have a standard protocol. How do you manage things, how the business function, and then it's just a duplicating. This is where, when you actually duplicate it from one location to multi-location, this is where you actually start having a growth and multiple growth, and this will lead to the and once you have the team in place, it will lead to the freedom and growth will actually get you the results what you desire in your business, and automatically you will free up your time to do much better things that you are doing right now in your business. Does it make sense? All right, let's move on. So, quoting Richard Branson. Richard Branson is basically a Virgin Airlines owner, and he's like failed in many businesses before being successful in many businesses after that. So it's basically, if you learn to run one business successfully, then there is no reason that you cannot run any number of businesses at the same time. So it's important to note the word at the same time. So once you master how to monitor the business rather than working in the business, you can duplicate the business into multiple things. You can look after multiple businesses at the same time. Jim Rohn, like, never wish your life was easier, wish your life was better. So why do we say that? Because if you wish your life is easier, you become lazy, and if you wish your life is better, you actually work towards a better life, and you work towards achieving those goals and results. It's important for you to work harder on yourself than on your job or the business, because once you work harder on yourself, you learn the new skills, and you educate yourself to the new things, to run the right business, to new things. Automatically your business will become self-reliant. No matter how tough you think you are, you can do this on your own. See, Tiger Woods basically, why do we need coaching? So like in a cricket, you have a coach for a cricket. You have a good player which has been selected from best player from the state. But when he comes to the national level, then what happens? He has to actually train up, and he's competing with the best of the players in the world, and he needs to be one of them. And when he needs to be one of them, he needs to actually needs to know what are the gaps in his skill set, and how he comes onto that, so that he can achieve better in that. All right. It's important that same thing in the business, that if we have a coach who's telling us that this is the right thing to do, and this is how they are making you accountable, you will be able to do well in the business as well. I would like to invite Harishji to say something about the 6 steps program. Harishji is my colleague and senior member of ActionCOACH. Harishji, over to you.
Thank you, Amit. I'm so happy to see you speak today. Now, the most important part today is you have to make a decision. Do you need to go fast, or do you need to go at your pace that you are? And for that, you need someone to help you to create those results and use these tools. I know when people have a coach while they're playing cricket, whether it's batting, fielding, or bowling, they need to excel. So where does the coach come in? He excels you in the area that you feel that you need to master. So every business owner, if you ask me, needs a coach today. And it's important for him to make that decision because he alone cannot manage all the activities which are to be done in a business. So the process that you have shown them, I'm sure they'll be happy to listen and learn and then find out which are those places where they are lagging and would require your services so that you can sharpen those skills, give them those knowledge, and ultimately they start believing in themselves that they can achieve not only 30% growth, but 30x growth. So that's important. And for that, you need somebody to hold your hand. And today, being an action coach, the #1 business coaching company in the world, who better than an action coach? And now Amit has shared with you, he would be happy to look at your business and then move on with you together to take this business to the next level. Very interesting, very nice. Amit, great presentation. And I'm sure a lot of people would like to meet you, speak to you, and find out how you can help them.
Thank you very much, Harishji, for your kind words. Let's move on. Okay. By working in your business, with your business coach, you will learn how to generate cash flow, profit, teamwork, and free time. So basically, we talk about mainly the three things: the money, the team, and the time. And when we work with you every week, over and over again, we actually ensure that you are getting you are getting the right team players to the work to be delegated and the time that you can get out of so that you can focus on other important things. Now it's basically, it's a time for you to get into action. All right. So what I suggest to you is basically in your chat box or click on the link, you can download the business background questionnaire. And this questionnaire basically will help you. Once you start filling this questionnaire, it'll basically give you the insights about what is lacking in your business. And it'll also give you maybe 10% you can improve by filling the questionnaire. And you can imagine, like, if you have the right coach with you, then you will be able to improve your business massively. Once you fill in the form, you can send it to me on my email ID mentioned below. It will be also there in the chat box. What we will give you is basically a 1-hour free session and also a complimentary ebook on any of the topics that you can see over here: team building, referral studies, sales scripts, and strategic alliances. You can note down my number and the email ID and etc. It'll be there on the chat box also. Thank you very much for your time. Any questions? I'm like waiting. If you have anything that you want to ask. Harishji, would you like to say something before we close?
So I guess Harish is not available. He has a call. But I see a question in the chat box which says, any advice that you would like to give for new business in this era of COVID? Probably I think how businesses can go virtual in times like these, something on those lines.
I think things are opening up, and I think it's important for you to know, see, things have changed from what it used to be pre-COVID era. And now the post-COVID era is totally different. You need to have you need to start planning for the new strategies in your business. The way you used to do the business, you have to make a lot of changes in the business so that you are able to reach out to the right customers. I can tell you that during the COVID era, what has happened, there are many people who have not grown, but there are many, many businesses who have grown multifold. What they have done differently is basically they have actually they have changed to the times, and they have changed their product line to the requirement of the customer, and they were able to tap the right opportunity in the market and be successful in that. So it's important that you need to know what your customer needs and you cater to those needs of the customer, and I'm sure the business will be successful. So you need to change the way you see. You cannot sell what you want to sell. You need to sell what customer is asking to. It may be the same product line, but suited best for the customer. Any other questions? I hope you enjoyed the session, and thank you very much for spending your time. I hope I have added value to your time, and I'm sure when you start investing your time in growing the business and the steps what I have taught you during the 1 hour session, it'll help you to actually focus on the right area of your business, and then build the team, the stronger team, so that you can delegate the job what you're doing to them, and you focus on the right ways to grow your business. With that, I thank you everybody, and over to Satyam.
So thank you, Amit, for the wonderful session. I'm sure people would have found it useful, and they will definitely reach out to you to speak to you and get some insights on how they can improve their business. I will also like to thank the audience for joining us today. It's over close to about 1.5 hours now. So thank you for your patience, and we keep doing these sessions. So actually, Amit is doing another session on the 24th of this month. So we can, since we have all your details, if you're interested to attend another session with Amit, you can always enroll for that session as well. If you know any businesses that would be looking at a coach to help them into their business, to grow their business, you can definitely, now whom to reach out to, and Amit is always there to help. Feel free, even if you're not, if at this point of time you're not convinced about spending money behind coaching services, reach out to Amit. I'm sure he will be more than happy to do a 30-minute complimentary coaching session with you, where he can make you understand of why you need a coach in a business. Everyone needs growth in their business, but when you're thinking just with a lonely mind, everything looks difficult. But when you have a mentor, or you have someone who you can turn back to and seek input, seek advice, that's where the magic starts happening. So every business needs a coach, and Amit is going to be there with you in the journey. So if you think that this is the right time where you need a mentor in your business, Amit is just a phone call away. Reach out to him and let the magic begin. Yeah. Thank you so much once again, everyone, for joining us today. And until we meet next, wish you all Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.